Hey, Taco here. I just wanted to let y'all know what happened yesterday over the weekend. I posted this video from the airfield where I was kind of doing a joke, like outfit of the day kind of thing. And I got some negative feedback. It was kind of funny. This one guy was like, "You suck. Show us the thing. You don't know what you're doing." So I thought that was kind of funny. But I posted this while I was kind of resting, and in the immortal words of one of my former coworkers, see what happened was it was supposed to be a 4 mile wind day, and it was really kind of sketchy. And instead of coming from the north, it was coming from the east across the airfield, which I normally hate. So I hate taking off to the east because you got a very short space before you run into a fence and trees and all that kind of thing. But I had two blown inflations, and it was like 90 degrees. It was hot. I blew two inflations. I was exhausted. The problem I had was, and the reason there's no video for this, is my GoPro right here. When I first set up and got ready to go, I cut the GoPro on. And during both blown inflations and resets and all that, I forgot to turn the GoPro off. I just wasn't thinking about it. And so the battery died. So even before I took off the third time, the battery was dead. Also, when I got to the airfield, most of the time I have my Insta360 here and the GoPro on my helmet. Well, when I got to the airfield, I charged up the Insta360 X4, and when I got to the airfield, I pulled it out of the bag, and it was already on, and it was like 2%. So somehow in the flight bag, the button got hit, and it was just sitting there recording the dark in the flight bag and killed the camera. So what we have is a sucky day with a very short flight and no camera footage whatsoever. So that's why I did the outfit of the day. I just didn't have any footage of the flight. And that's what the flight looked like. And why did it look like that? And the glare is pretty bad. I hate this camera I'm using. The glare is pretty bad. But what you see is a flight that basically looks like that, and that's it. So you can see it a little bit better right there when I move the thing. But I was out of the airport for like 2.5 hours, and I flew a mile, and I flew for 4 minutes. Why did this happen? Well, when I got there, it was like right at sunrise, and I was set up and ready to go by official sunrise, like 6:45 or so. And I was waiting on a friend of mine to get there and fly with me. The wind, which was supposed to be 4 miles an hour from the north straight down the airfield, was not. And what little wind there was actually coming across the airfield from that direction. So almost directly across the runway. And I waited on my friend. He didn't show up. The wind was coming and going. It was really kind of gross. And I blew two inflations trying to run without the wind, and the wing just fell off to the side. So I rested, then I finally took off, and as soon as I got above the tree line next to the runway, as soon as I got up 150 feet, it was like the glider just, here I am just flying along, and all of a sudden, I feel like I'm sideways. And then it swung back the other way, and then like I'm driving down a South Carolina highway with all its potholes and stuff. So it was just an awful, crappy day. And so let's move this back over here. It's just a terrible day. So I just flew a real quick circle, and like I was done. I was ready to go home. I was hot. I didn't want to deal with the bumps. My cameras weren't working, which I really didn't know about the GoPro till later. And I was just done. I was ready to go home. I was exhausted and then having to deal with bumps. So sometimes it happens. I mean, sometimes. And one person, I posted on Facebook, I said, hey, does anybody ever get dejected or just like feel like you can't do anything right? My last 3 landings have sucked. My last couple of takeoffs and even flights, it's been really bumpy and gross. And I think that's just the South Carolina weather. But it just felt awful. And so for my last several flights, it's been just bleh. I know when it gets to be autumn and cools off a little bit, the thermals will settle down and flying will get better. I just hate waiting. But yeah, this was pretty awful flight, and I don't even have any video of it. So I'm sorry about that. For those of you who wanted to see the video of the shortest flight ever, 4 minutes and 1 mile. I could have walked a mile in a lot less time than I spent at the airport messing around with everything. But hopefully the weather's looking good tomorrow. So and I'm getting my PPG smoke machine. I've already got my elbow, the installation of the elbow, the new elbow, the model year 25 Moster 185 elbow from Sky Sports. It went on great. It just popped right in there. So I put my smoke machine on hopefully this afternoon. It's sitting on my porch right now. So hopefully I'll get the fly tomorrow, and then if my smoke machine is installed and everything, I'll give it a quick try. But otherwise, hopefully I am hoping for better weather ahead, and I'm hoping Hurricane Aaron doesn't show up. But I'm hoping for better weather ahead so I can actually do some longer, more fun flights. Anyway, whatever you choose to do, remember rule 1, don't go splat. See ya.